All right, let's go over today's trades and let's see what happens. Starting out with oil. Today we are still in oil waiting, but there's a couple things that I see here. I see oil making higher highs today. The price of oil is expected to go up, and we are riding the wave with Pathfinder. I had two pivot levels right here. I can see my volume is increasing with the session volume profile developing point of control. When that happens and it comes up, it either consolidates or pumps. I'm leaning towards pumping today on oil, no pun intended. So with these two pivot levels right here, I'm waiting to see the market manipulation, which occurs right here. The market makers come down, they grab everybody's stop losses, which is liquidity to them. That's how they eat, and that's how they enter into the market. So they enter in right here. They drive the market for higher highs. This is either going to turn into another stop loss hit here of all the sellers, or it's pulling back to our session volume profile right here, daily point of control, which is from today, bouncing off of that right here with the wick and then coming back up for higher highs. Now, right now we can see on the current 15-minute candle, this is retesting and potentially giving a double top, which could potentially bring it back down into consolidation. If that happens, we're out of the trade, okay? Now, for my target on oil, I'm actually looking to get to the top of the channel, similar to how this did back here. I can see that I'm riding on the top portion of my dynamic Pathfinder channel. That's a proprietary parallel channel tool that I coded and built myself. And when it tends to ride the top of the channel, it'll ride, and then all of a sudden, you'll have a couple of aggressive candles that shoot up, and we're aiming for the top of the channel, which is up at 103.36. So that's our trade today on oil, position number one, okay? Now, we're already out of this one. This is the Nasdaq. The Nasdaq, you can see here at market open today at 9:30, started to drop down. I didn't know if it was going to manipulate or not, so I took a small position in here. The market it dipped, probably psyched a lot of people out, and on regular candles, people thought that this thing was going to rise. But with bright red candles, we know better. So we see the manipulation above the pivot level right here. Comes right back to our previous session volume profile point of control. We get a beautiful rejection, and Pathfinder gives a red triangle for us to add to our trade. We see our PSI pointing down right here with the top of this little mountain peak. So we added to our trade on this pullback candle. 15 minutes later, we're dropping back down, and then this last 15 minutes, we actually came down and hit our target, which was 29.00850, which we rejected off of and hit perfectly and bounced. Now, how did I know to aim right there, and how did I know that there would likely be a reaction off of that, so to get out? Well, if I go to the daily time frame, I can see that this market has been pushing up aggressively on the Nasdaq. So when we decided to take a sell today, it was because we knew that this candle was likely going to be a pullback candle, and I had a hunch that it was going to pull back at least 50% of this big bullish candle, which it did. We hit, we exited out. Now it's anybody's ball game, but I'm suspecting that Wednesday we're going to kind of have like an candle. Thursday and Friday are going to be bullish this week on the Nasdaq. That's what I'm anticipating. Now on MES, which is the S&P, I anticipated the same thing, except we had already hit the 50, so I anticipated a 61% pullback on the 15 minutes. So if we drop down, we can see that's exactly what this market did. It gave us a pullback right here, a push above my pivot level, which is, again, a liquidity grab. We're hitting those stop losses. This is where retail traders are getting stopped out. The market then recovers back to the downside, and you can see it starting to point down here. That's a great way to add. Once this thing drops steep, that's another great position to add to your position, headed towards 73.82, which we just hit on this 15-minute candle. There are two winning trades right there today for a very fantastic gain, and we are still waiting on oil to see how oil is going to play out, if it's going to consolidate, or if we're going to continue to see oil rise today up towards target. We don't know. The beautiful thing is that even if oil doesn't work out and we have to get out, we made money no matter what today, which is a fantastic feeling to be locked in profit for the day. So another great day trading Pathfinder on the 15-minute time frame. We made a shift, switching off the lower time frames, coming up to the higher time frames, having a higher success rate, hitting better trades, hitting targets, and spending more time in profit versus getting a lot of stop outs on the lower time frame. It's a good way to go. I suggest you also do the same if you're trading lower time frames. If you enjoyed this and you'd like to get in on the Pathfinder action, you can join us 5 days a week for live calls. You can either go to school.com/Pathfinder. That's SKOOL.com/Pathfinder. I have full comprehensive education here that teaches you what to do, how to do it, how to use the indicator, how to become profitable with very little of your own money. We also have live in-person retreats, and you can also go to tradepathfinder.com and you can get in touch with us that way. I hope you enjoyed this video on seeing on what we did in the markets today. We do this 5 days a week, as well as trading and building stock portfolios. My name is Graham Eldred, and this is Pathfinder. We'll see you in the next video.